Hey guys, Dr. Snippets here, and today I'm doing another figure review. And this time it's another 5-inch figure. I haven't done one of these for a while. And this time, as you can see, it is the 10th Doctor holographic figure. Yes, now this figure is interesting because this figure was exclusive on sale at the 50th celebration at the XL in London on the weekend of the 23rd of November. And basically, he was sold at a stand in a loose bag. And after the event, all the leftovers were sent to the BBC shop, and it is now a BBC shop exclusive, and it's priced at £12.99. And as far as I'm aware, they're not producing any more of these, so it's completely while stocks last. So if you want one, go over to the BBC shop and order one now. It's £12.99 with free postage. Yes, it is David Tennant. The episodes he could be from are Blink and Doomsday, because it's a hologram. It's exactly the same sculpt as like the series 2 onwards David Tennant, so it's before he got the new hair in the End of Time figure and the 11 Doctors set figure. So it's the original sculpt, but it's been made clear, which is beautiful. It looks a lot darker than it is in real life on the camera, but it's a very light, shiny blue. It's gorgeous. It's got silver pinstripes, and they've even like made the tie like stand out, which I'm not sure why, because if the suit's holographic, so's the tie, but it's a cool effect anyway, just to have the tie actually coloured. So before we go into the detail of this figure, I'm going to go review the very exciting packaging it came in. As you can see, this figure comes in some really nice packaging. You know, it was a really tough decision for me to take this one out of its packaging because it looks so good in it. It's almost like it's meant to be displayed in its packaging. I give my thumbs up to the BBC because they thought it'd be a nice touch to remove the Doctor Who logo and all branding from this packaging, and you know, they made it awesome by putting it in a plastic bag, not even giving it a box. It's a really nice touch, I think. On the back we have a barcode and some warning labels, and that really makes the figure, you know, stand out amongst your collection, especially if you're keeping it in the package. But yeah, I'm definitely going to open this one to have on my shelf. Okay, yeah, obviously that was all very, very bad acting. Well, in all seriousness though, the fact that it comes in a plastic bag is nice. I'm glad, because these were leftovers from the 50th event in London. So the fact that it comes in a plastic bag and not actual packaging is a plus point. I know it sounds stupid, but it's so unique that I don't think there are any other figures of the Doctor Who range that have done that. So though it's stupid, and it means because it's a rare figure, I'd like to keep it in its packaging, but I can't display it in a bag, so that's the bad side of it. But as I just said, on the other hand, it's pretty cool that it's different from all the others. And I do give BBC their due, because instead of just sending it in a jiffy bag, which I was worried of, they did send it in a reinforced envelope. So pretty cool. They did protect it in transit. So yeah, no, doesn't actually come in a box. That's the first. So now that's done, we can get on with reviewing this figure. Now, as I said, it's not specified what episode he's actually from. And as I said, there's a possibility it's Doomsday or Blink. But I think the reason you would expect them to sell something related to the 50th at the 50th event, because also the exclusive there was John Hurt's Sonic Screwdriver, which I should be getting for Christmas, and I will review it. But you'd expect it to be a 50th figure, so maybe a John Hurt figure, which we're getting in February. But no, they chose to put a holographic 10th Doctor. Now, my theory behind this is it's the first 10th Doctor figure since the 11 Doctors set. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And because it was a cool thing that David Tennant was back, they decided to sell a 10th Doctor figure at the 50th. But rather than just re-release a standard figure, they decided to do something interesting, because his suit wasn't really any different in the 50th, so there was nothing you could really do except for make it see-through. So I think that's exactly what they did, and I'm not complaining at all. This is an awesome figure, great to add to my collection. I've actually put it on the Series 6 and Series 5 shelf of my figures, even though it's not, but my Series my David Tennant era shelf is so low down that I want this on display up at the top. So that's why he's up there. Alright, let's review the detail of this figure because this is a very unique figure. It's, as I said, obviously it's clear and see-through. And the last one of these we got, really, was the projected Weeping Angel. But that wasn't blue, it was just clear. Alright, let's start. So the head is, well, it's the same David Tennant sculpt as always. It looks like him. We got the hair, and as you can see, it is see-through. It is really cool. We got a bit of head articulation, but I'll go into that in a minute. Going down the body, as I mentioned, the tie is actually painted. It's not like normal paint, it's like a silvery brown colour, which, as I said, is good and bad at the same time. Going down, we have the buttons on the suit. This is a bit flexible. This is the robbery material we're familiar with from back in the day of this figure. Just like when this figure was originally released as a normal figure, it didn't have the second joint in the arm, and it still doesn't. They haven't re-released it. The joints are painted, but that's good, but I'm sure that paint will wear away. It always does with figures who have their joints painted. On the back, we see PVC reflected. I'm guessing that's because it's made out of PVC. And the suit is, well, the suit. Nothing's really changed it. The hands are cool. They have an exceptionally see-through look to them. If we go over to the other hand, as you can see, it's got room for a sonic screwdriver. This figure didn't come with any accessories, but it's got room for a sonic screwdriver. However, the hands are made of a much harder material than before, so it's harder to bend it around enough to get the really flimsy Sonic in there. So, it's difficult to get the Sonic in there, and even so, it doesn't look good. It would have been cool if they included a holographic Sonic screwdriver, although that would probably require putting it into an actual, some actual packaging, because there were tiny little air holes in the back. Going down the legs, we have more joints. They're see-through as well, and the shoes are just as detailed as before, but they have the holographic effect. Now, this figure has basically all the articulation you would expect of a 2006 figure, because that's essentially what it is. The head does move, but I don't like to, because I find with these figures that once you move the head, it becomes a bit wobbly and loose. So we're going to go around the rest of the body. We have 360 at the shoulders, no second joint, as I mentioned before. We have 90 degrees at the elbow, and the hands are movable 360, but once again, like the head, I don't want to move them because of it's just not needed, and I want to keep this figure as mint condition as possible, even though it is already out of the packaging, you know what I mean. But going down, we have the split at the joints. We have no thigh joint, but we do have 90 degrees at the knee, which is always good. And we have no foot articulation. So the articulation of this figure is fairly limited. I've also noticed, like a lot of David Tennant figures were back in 2006, one leg is slightly longer than the other, which makes it a bit difficult to stand up. You need to give it almost like, have one of his knees like jolting out. Now, my overall verdict to this figure is it's awesome, definitely worth the money. You'd be stupid to miss out on it, I'd say, because of its collectability one day. But my complaints with it are probably just the lack of articulation, but that's down to the fact it's an old figure, effectively. And the face, although it's correct, the face looks menacing because it's like black painted on like a holographic blue. It looks like a ghost. But you can't really avoid that. Excuse me. So I'm going to give my final ratings. This figure gets a definite 10 out of 10 from me. It would get a, I'd say I'd give it about 5 for the articulation, and well, I don't know, it's hard. The articulation really brings it down, but I don't care, it's just an awesome figure. Look at it, it's going to be great to have on display in the collection, and I'm sure, especially if you leave it in the bag, it will be worth quite a bit one day, because they are limited supplies. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I also received Ace, the Comic Con 2013 figure with this. I'll do an inbox review of her sometime, not sure when. Next Sunday, you have my collection update, and then the week after next, running for 10 days up till Christmas Day, are my 10 Days of Christmas 2013. So you got that to look forward to. Alright, so I'll see you again in another review soon, and my collection update. Alright guys, bye for now.